All right, here we go. Part two. So, with this guy here, now the 240 is ridiculously hard to get this thing, get something like this up to 240, especially with all the different changes and whatnot. So, if you don't reach that, that is fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Um, the main thing is just getting good picking control, strumming control, and also getting used to rhythms that are fairly complex where you're changing all the time. So that rhythms where you're changing all the time, again, very important. Say out loud what you play as long as you can. Um, Even at that last take that I did there, I was trying to say at least very quietly what the rhythm was because it's very easy to get lost doing that, especially at those speeds. However, working it up slowly, going up in fives every time you play it right, that's going to help out a bunch. And eventually, doing something like that, you will internalize all those changes a lot better. So, what do you do for sending the material in? So yeah, Thursday, 12 p.m. So 12 noon Pacific time zone. That's the deadline to turn things in. Okay. So there's you what am I trying to say here? Sorry, it's been a long day. Trying to get a bunch of stuff done today. So I'm not doing it tomorrow. It's a holiday over here tomorrow. Got family stuff happening, so I'm trying to get everything done. Like basically trying to do 2 days worth of stuff in one. So my brain is all. Anyway, what to record, when to record. For this, like, if you reach 200 on this, you I would say you can send in stuff early. So if you make it to 200 beats per minute on this, definitely record. So like as soon as you start to record it, or as soon as you start to attempt 200 beats per minute here, start recording your video just right there because you might get it. And if you feel like you can get further, go ahead and keep recording and go as far as you can with it. No need to stop at 200, but yeah, if you reach 200, that's really good for something like this. I think it's really good. Very solid speed, very fast speed for something that has all these changes. Um, if you don't, that's okay too. Your very last practice session before the deadline for turning things in that's what I want you to record. Your final practice session of the whole thing. Now, if you have questions or whatnot about the material or things to say about it, try doing it at the beginning of the video or the end of the video. Because what I do when people send in the full practice session is I watch the start to make sure things sound and look correct at the beginning. And then I jump to the end and see, like, okay, how is it ending? Is it ending correctly? If it ends correctly, then all right, I assume the middle part was good. If it doesn't end correctly, then I go back to the middle and then say, all right, well, what's going on? Is it still okay in the middle? If the answer is yes, I'm like, okay, well, I'll skip ahead a little bit and try and figure out, well, where do things go wrong? So basically, that's why I want you to record the full practice session because in case I need to see it, I want it there. I want to have as much as necessary in order to help you as much as possible. Because oftentimes, what happens when some people will turn in like an abbreviated or kind of a short practice session, or they skip the steps of going up in fives for the stuff, it ends up hurting their performance and they're not able to demonstrate as well by like maybe they go up in 20s because sometimes people go up in 20s for stuff to demonstrate certain things. But anyway, um so yeah, if you reach 200 on this, again, go ahead and record that early, send it over as soon as you got the 200. If you don't reach 200, record your final practice session and just send that in. Okay, so that's just for this guy. This next thing with the down picking, I actually have something in the works that's all about down picking speed and endurance. So a training program in the works. And I have the first 10 examples done. So we're going to use this. And we'll make changes if need be as we go through it. Hang on. Here we go. So this is pattern one. And there's other stuff where we use single strings and single notes, but I want to just stick with the chords for right now. Since we're talking about tighter and faster rhythms, let's use the power chords for right now. So what it's saying, it's got instructions here, and it's going to say it on the same thing for all 10 of these. Now, I don't expect you to get all 10 down in a week. In fact, I would 1 or 2 per day. Each practice session is really all you can ask for. Basically, once you reach the last step of this, I want you to start recording and send in where you get in speed, terms of speed for your last step. So, what do we got here? You got this little starter riff, okay? And that's how it's going to be for all these different patterns. You got your little starting riff. And like it says, you're going to work this up in 5 BPM increments starting at 60. Keep going until you can barely keep up. So basically, max it out. Now, this is a very short pattern. Very short, but it's done with purpose. We start off with a very tiny piece so you can go as fast as you can. Really maximize that speed. So I would imagine 240, you're going to go past that using this, because you see it's just one little thing. So when you're playing this, and I'm going to demonstrate all of it, you're going to go, it's like you're 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then you increase the speed. So again, this is like the starting riff, if you could even call it a riff, to get the picking pattern down, okay? Get that as fast as you can. So let's say you get up to 300. So get up to 300. Again, this is just for an example. Get where you can. And you're going to, yes, it is working up in 5s. And part of that, again, is to train your ear, but also to get really damn solid with the picking pattern, okay? And yes, going up in 5s, go up in 5s, go up in 5s. Don't cheat. Don't go up in 10s, don't go up in 20s. Go up in 5s, play it correctly once, and then go up. It's such a short phrase, you're going to be jumping up in speed really damn fast. Like, it's not going to take much time at all, okay? So stick with it. Trust me, it works. It works really well. So anyway, so yeah, and then it says like whatever speed you maxed out for the first section, after getting familiar with the new progression, the full progression here, so this is the full progression for pattern 1, attempt to play the section at the max you just had. So let's say, again, for example, you reached 300 beats per minute for that first thing, for the first part. Try playing this whole thing at 300 beats per minute. And also, everything is palm muted. You palm mute everything, okay? Try playing it at 300 beats per minute. Most likely you're not going to be able to, because if the short thing you could barely pull off at 300 beats per minute, you're probably not going to pull off, play all of these things, all of that at 300 as well. But what it says is you're going to give like at least three solid attempts. So after a few attempts, that's the same as 3. So after about 3 really solid attempts trying it at 300, start decreasing the speed by 5s until you reach a speed you can play the full thing. Give yourself plenty of breaks too. This is going to be exhausting. This is pushing yourself physically really, really hard, okay? So just be careful with that. I don't like pushing joint pain. If you feel any weird twinges in the joints, connective tissue, you need to call it a day. Don't push it any further. If you feel like your muscle's getting tired and sore, that's okay. You feel the burn in the muscle, that's fine. That's, like gym training type stuff. So we want to, that's okay. If you feel like weird strains and pains in your joints and connective tissue, that's bad. If you feel like a really bad pain in the muscle, well, then that's not good either. But just like a little bit of tiredness, some fatigue setting in, like you're lifting weights for a while, that's fine. It's part of the growing process to get faster and have more endurance and all that. So anyway, so again, assuming you got to 300 on the first part, try it for the full progression. And after 3 solid attempts of trying it, drop it by 5. Take little breaks, 30-second, 60-second breaks. Let the fatigue go away from your arm. Shake it out. I shake mine out all the time when I'm really pushing it hard. And then, when you reach that speed where you can make it through the whole thing, good. So let's that's what you're going to use on the next part. So maybe you have to decrease the speed to 280 beats per minute to get the full progression. Try it again here. So you're going to play through this thing twice. So let's say, you know, again, for example, maybe like 300 for that. All right. So what would that sound like? So there'd be 300. Okay. So let's say you got to that. Then you try the next thing at the 300. It's close. So let's say, yep, definitely not happening, and then you have to keep dropping the speed down, then eventually you make it 280, and then you can do it. Cool. So then you try the next one, where you're playing it twice through. And then you just can't do it, right? So then you got to drop the speed again. So then you drop it 5, try it again, give it 3 solid attempts. And after 3 solid attempts, drop it another 5 if you can't do it. So maybe you have to get down to 270, for example. Maybe you have to drop it to 270 to finally get twice through. And then after that, you're going to try playing it 3 times. Oh, it's cut off. It's cut off. No. Right, so then you try playing it 3 times in a row. And then again, you start with the previous speed you just had. And after 3 solid attempts, it's like, nope, just not happening. So then you drop it 5, try it again. And maybe all you need this time is to just go down 5, and then you can get all 3. I lost count. 2, 3. Yeah, no, I didn't palm mute the last chord, but it just sounds so much better to just emphasize it like that. We're doing all the palm mutes right now because so much of metal is palm muted. We want a good palm mute. And eventually we will get like palm mute accent stuff, which makes it even more difficult. But anyway, all right, so you got that. And then the next step would be trying to play it 4 times through. So yeah, and this is where, when you start to attempt this, start recording, start making your video for this. And then you don't complete the 4 repetitions and then start recording. Start recording when you begin to attempt the 4 repetitions, okay? So this is the big thing is different from the strumming pattern, like the number 1 thing, the first thing that was shown. Every day you practice, make a video for the down picking stuff, because there's 10 things to go through. You don't need to spend the entire week getting each one of these up as fast as you can. I want to see how you do this from one pattern to the next, okay? Send it all in. Send it all in. Now, you know, like tomorrow, Thursday, got the holiday thing happening over here. So I'm not going to be checking any email then. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like Friday, sometimes I check email. Usually don't. Saturday, Sunday, I never do. Monday, I'm back at work for sure. So my usual work week is like, you know, Monday through Thursday. As far as like always checking emails, Friday is like a special day where I work on courses like this. Different type of work. But anyway, even if I don't say anything, if I don't give any feedback, send videos anyway, because I will respond. So I don't want you to think you have to wait for a reply from me to go to the next step. Just go to the next step anyway. So again, when you're ready, as soon as you start to attempt playing this 4 times through, start recording your video. So, and then again, decrease the speed, whatever you need it to be in order to reach it. So with 240 being a goal, and some of this stuff you will be able to do at 240, like because of the speed you've shown me, I would imagine this one would be possible because it's mostly quarter notes. There's very little eighth notes, right? But as you'll see, each pattern progresses in how many down or like eighth notes are being played, okay? So, that in mind, here we go. 4 times through the final step at the 240. And again, if you don't reach 240 on stuff, that's okay. Get where you can, send it in, and we'll make adjustments to what we need to make. I swear I cannot talk sometimes. Jesus Christ. Just do it the best you can and send stuff in. All right, here we go. 240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, pattern number 2. So I'm just going to jump straight down to the bottom, but still follow everything, each pattern as described, okay? Here we go, pattern number 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can already feel my arm getting tired. So I highly doubt I'm going to get the 10th. I'm not going to get the 10th one at 240. I'm going to try my best, and I'll decrease it myself for demonstration purposes. Remember to breathe. You have to take deep breaths when you're doing this stuff because you got to get oxygen into the muscle in order to really push it, okay? Remember to breathe. You have to breathe. All right. Next, pattern number 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, I questioned something. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. As I get more fatigued and it gets harder, I put more muscle into it. Like I really am trying and pushing to keep going at that same pace. So one thing you may have heard plenty of people talk about is this idea of like, you got to play relaxed. You have to be relaxed all the time. There is sometimes, yeah, you need to be somewhat relaxed depending on what you're doing. But if you relax to the point where you don't push yourself, that's bad. People talk about you want to have like no tension, no strain whatsoever when you're playing. Believe me, my arm is tensing up quite a bit because I'm having to put a lot of muscle into it in order to maintain that kind of speed for that long of a period of time. So if you find that you're really starting to have to muscle through it and just brute force your way through it, do it. Do it, do it, do it. But listen to your body. If it feels like something bad is happening, stop. Again, don't push joint pain. Don't push the connective tissue. None of that stuff. But yeah, that's, when you're lifting weights, you got to lift to the point where it's really freaking hard to lift that weight. And just, you're trying to lift it and you can't do it anymore. That produces growth. It works that way here too. Got to push it. Nobody grows when they're comfortable. So yeah, this one's going to be a lot harder. Here we go. Pattern number 4. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up on this one, but I'll give it a shot. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Freaking upstroke snuck in there. Yeah, this one's going to be a pain. I'm going to drop it 10 and try again. That's one of the hard things about consistent downstrokes. You got to make sure you don't accidentally hit an upstroke. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn. Oof. And yeah, so further lessons are not going to be this long because, you know, this is the first lesson. I got to cover a lot of material to get started with you. Just so you know. Pattern number 5. And eventually I'll have video demonstrating all these courses and whatnot too. It'll make everything more efficient. Well, okay, this one, yeah, this one might seem a little weird. Like, why are we going from pattern 4 to pattern 5 like this? It's because with pattern 4, we have that quarter note at the end of the bar. This is to ease you into down picking for the entire bar. So this one might actually be a little bit easier in terms of endurance compared to number 4, but, you know, that's how it works. So let's try 230 on this one as well. In fact, let's go back to 240 on this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn it. Wrong. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that ain't working. 230 again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's still really damn hard at that speed. All right, pattern number 6. So yeah, pushing a little bit further now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whew. Yeah, see? Shaking it out, shake it out, shake it out. Pattern 7. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn. Couldn't keep it up. The upstroke crept in there. All right. And when you take breaks, make sure that all the fatigue in your arm goes down, or at least till it's barely noticeable before you try again. I'm going to drop to 220 and try this one again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Barely pulled that off. Fuck. And the fatigue is really setting in. Of course, that'll happen just doing all these back to back. Alright, pattern number 8. Whew. I also want you to see me struggling doing this so you can have an idea of how you might be struggling. Alright, because you really got to push hard for this stuff. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck. And there are drums on all this down picking work. There are drums programmed for this. I wanted that to be part of the program because some people prefer doing the drums instead of metronome, and some people they need the drums to hear the rhythm more accurately. Anyway, here we go. Try sticking with the 220 for pattern number 9. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. Damn. All right, I'm gonna drop a 10 and try again. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I was really freaking putting a lot of muscle into the ending there. All right, there's no way I'm gonna get step 10 at 210. It goes on too long. So yeah, part of this is not just pushing your speed. So it's pushing your speed as well as your endurance. Speed and endurance get worked a lot with this program. All right. Final step. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. I didn't think so. All right, I'll try 200. Oof, my forearm's starting to feel it. I feel like the forearm's swelling up from doing it. Okay. It's like the veins are starting to pop out more. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is it. Good goddamn. Yeah, so you're in for a workout doing that stuff for sure. So reminder, number 1, where you got the combination of 16th notes and 8th notes. Tap your foot as much as you can with that metronome. Count out loud from 60 to 90 beats per minute best you can, especially at 60. You have to be able to do it at 60. It's going to be crucial for the more difficult things coming up. Follow the strumming pattern that was introduced at the beginning. When I was doing it at 240, I had to use that special strumming. Let's wait on that for right now. I want to see how well you do with the more regular strumming first. If you reach 200 on that one, start recording when you're going to attempt 200. And if you can, keep going, and send that in. If you do not reach 200 with that, that's fine. When you have your last practice session prior to the deadline for turning things in, record the full practice session and send that over. For the downpicking stuff, every single time you are about to attempt the final step of the pattern, where you play through it 4 times, start recording. And then just send in everything of that. So I want to see how hard you're pushing yourself, make sure that you're dropping the speed appropriately, things like that. And yeah, just you can do 1 or 2 a day of the down picking stuff. Depends on how much energy you have. 1 a day is totally fine. And we got 10 things, so yes, we're going to just chip away at that. I'll continue to give new things with the strumming patterns. But this will be like an ongoing thing. So yeah, the thing we focus on, first thing we focus on is different strumming patterns. The second thing is going to be the down picking. Just turn it in when you can. I think that covers it. I know these are really, really long for a first lesson thing, but this will be tightened up now that we have established something and all that stuff's demonstrated. So, all right. Any questions, please let me know, and I will see you again in your new videos.